Hi there, my name's Claire Culliford and I'm the author of Paula Helps Prevent Air Pollution. I'm here today with Paula and her mum so we can read our story to you, and we hope it's going to help keep you smiling and thinking and learning and happy whilst we all have to be at home a bit more right now. I'm going to read the story as part of a new initiative called Read the World. Read the World has been set up by the International Publishers Association, the World Health Organization, and UNICEF, that's the United Nations Children's Fund. And it's designed to bring the magic of stories right there to you in your home. It's to remind us all that reading and listening to books and stories is a really good way of keeping our imaginations and creativity in action and keeping happy and healthy right now. Lots of us are missing friends at the minute and even some family as well. But if we keep patient for a little while, then we can all stay safe. So whilst we're at home at the moment, we need to be doing certain things. We need to be washing our hands more regularly. We need to be coughing into our arm if we develop a cough, like Paula does in the story. And we need to be keeping our distance from people who don't live in the same house as us. It's also really, really important that we get some physical exercise every day. And I like to think that books are a really good way of exercising our minds because they keep them really active and engaged, and they allow us to visit places that we may not be able to get to right now, maybe places in other parts of the world. Do let me know on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram in the comments what books you've been reading recently to help keep you happy and healthy. Let's get started. Paula is a parrot. She's a squawky, talky parrot. Paula loves the sound of her own voice. And as she's only young, she's just discovering all the different noises she can make. There's a picture of Paula making all her noises in the forest. Paula is an adventurous parrot. She loves flying through the trees in the forest from branch to branch. Her mother always tells her to be careful and not to go too far. There's Paula starting to fly away from her home in the forest. Paula and her friends like to fly around and make lots of noise when visitors come to see them in the forest. The visitors take photos of them with their cameras. Click, click, click. It's almost as if the parrots are film stars. And there's the visitors taking pictures of the parrots with their phones and with their cameras. Unfortunately, some days Paula has a cough. Her best friend Priya often has a cough at the very same time. On these days, their mothers don't let them go out to play. So they stay at home and rest their little voices. Paula and Priya don't really understand why they keep coughing. It seems to happen when there are lots of visitors in the forest. And there's Paula and Priya both of them coughing. One day, Paula is at home, coughing. Her mother has given her some berries to help soothe her throat and told her to rest her voice and her little wings. Paula still likes to look down from her home and watch all the visitors arriving in the forest. And there's Paula looking at all the visitors arriving in the forest. "Mum, my throat hurts again," says Paula, in between coughs. "I know, dear, but if you rest your voice today, then tomorrow you'll feel much better," says her mum. She gives Paula's back a gentle stroke with her wing. "But why does the cough keep coming back?" asks Paula, a little scared. "Is it something serious?" There's Paula talking to her mum at home. "Oh no," says her mum. "The cough you have is because of the cars that come to the forest. Some of them have bad engines that produce fumes which make the air dirty. That causes air pollution," she explains. "The fumes get stuck in your throat if you get too close to them. You young parrots like to fly around near to the visitors, so the fumes get into your little beaks." There's Paula and her mum together. "Do all cars make me cough?" Paula asks. "Well, there are some cars with good engines," Paula's mum explains. "Those cars don't make fumes at all. They're better for your throat and for the air too. They're even better for the trees in the rainforest." And there's a picture of Paula and Priya with the good cars, the ones that don't make fumes. Paula thinks this is really interesting, and when she's better, she rushes to tell Priya. "What do you think we should do?" asks Priya. "I like flying around the visitors, but I don't want to keep getting a cough." There's Paula and Priya talking about things together. Paula, who is an adventurous parrot, can't bear the thought of not being able to fly around. So she starts to think. And then she has an idea. "Perhaps we could just fly around the visitors that come on a bicycle or on foot," she suggests. "That's a really good idea," says Priya. "Maybe we could fly around the visitors that come in cars with good engines too. We'll just avoid the visitors who come in the cars with bad engines that make fumes." "Perfect," squawks Paula. And there they are, Priya and Paula together looking down at the visitors. And so, once they are better, Paula and Priya put on a display for the visitors again, flying up and down and all around and screeching and squawking at the top of their voices. However, they make sure to avoid visitors who come in the cars that make bad fumes. And there you can see Paula and Priya flying around the visitors on foot and on bicycles, but they're not flying around the cars that make bad fumes. This probably leaves some visitors very confused. They've been told you can always see parrots in the forest, yet some visitors don't see any parrots at all. And there's a picture of some visitors looking a bit confused because they don't see any parrots at all in the forest. as the visitors realise over time what is happening, more and more of them arrive in cars with good engines, or on bicycles, or even on foot. Paula and Priya notice that their coughs have stopped, so they can fly around the visitors again. Everybody is happier. The visitors get to see the parrots. Click, click, click. And Paula and Priya have helped to make the air in their forest much cleaner. That's the end of the story. I wonder if I could leave you with a few questions, and maybe you could get an adult at home to help see what you remember about the story, or to find out some of the answers. So, does air pollution make the air dirty or clean? Can you remember what kind of cars have good engines? And can you find out what the car fumes from bad car engines are made of? In the story, Paula and her friend Priya have coughs, but by keeping at a distance from other people, they not only get better themselves, they are able to help other people stay safe and healthy as well. The story shows us how using your imagination and your creativity can really help to solve some of the big issues in the world today. So I hope whilst you're at home right now, you're using your creativity and your imagination, doing things like playing and cooking and reading and writing and maybe even singing and dancing to pass some time until we're all able to be back together again with our loved ones. That's it for today. Have a great rest of evening. Take care.